turn that around. Tighten her up a wee bit, and we are good to go. All right, this is officially the start of my road to my very first sub 4 hour marathon. Now, if I said it was my very first marathon, I'd be lying. And we're not about that here on this channel. My first marathon, for anyone wondering, was back in 2020, November of 2020. And it was basically a very, very similar situation to the one I find myself in now, which is about 4 weeks out, feeling in decent shape physically, relatively confident in my cardio ability, but with next to no actual specific marathon training under my belt. And I went out there, and I think about 2 weeks out, I went and did a 10K run. 2 days later, I went and did a 20K run. And then about 4 or 5 days later, I went and did another 20K run. And I thought, no, you can do this. So I went down to Queenstown in New Zealand. And yeah, lo and behold, I found out pretty quickly, I was quite naive back then to the distance, to what it took, and to the fact that not every marathon is going to be on flat ground. And it didn't take me long. It took me about 1 kilometre into my very first marathon in Queenstown to realise, well, it's certainly not going to be flat. There's going to be some hills, there's going to be some elevation, and my goal at the time, which was to finish in under 4 hours, was within reach for about the first 20 Ks, and then I got to 25 kilometres, and then I got to 30 Ks, and something happened. Something that I'm going to do my very best to not let happen this time, and that is a 6-letter word starting with C and ending with S. It's called cramps. And the cramps that I experienced on that day, on that fateful day back in November of 2020, are something that I haven't since, and something that I hope I never do. I made some mistakes. I made some fatal errors in that attempt at my first marathon. I finished the race, which is the main thing, but I did make some fatal mistakes. The first of which was racing through the checkpoints. I didn't stop. I didn't take on hardly any fluid. I certainly didn't take on any nutrition. Okay. All right, guys, I'm back. I actually cannot remember for the life of me where I was at, but I was introducing this video series, which I have just completed episode 1 of, but you'll have to stay tuned to see how episode 1 went. Spoiler alert, I went for my first long distance run in quite some time, and I am pleased, but that is all I'll tell you at this point. We move forward, we move towards the major goal, which is in T-minus 30 days, running my very first sub 4 hour marathon. Now, to finish off this particular video, the goal, sub 4 hours for the marathon, 42.2 Ks, 26 miles, and the title of this video, I want to run a marathon in under 4 hours for the first time at 34 years of age. Now, the age factor doesn't really play into this. I mean, the marathon as a distance, long distance running as a sport, as an activity, is something that I think it's reasonable to expect to be able to do into your 40s, into your 50s, and even into your 60s if you look after your joints, if you look after your body, if you stay nice and lean. So that's something that I look forward to. Long distance running is something I've been interested in for many years, but I've never really put the time and effort into getting better at it. I like the thought of being capable enough to go out and run a marathon whenever I want. That is a fitness level I'd love to get to at some point, and the only way I'm ever going to get there is to put in the work, right? It's the only way. This goal in particular is going to last for 30 days, but moving into the future, I would expect that I include at least some form of long distance running in my routine, for years to come. And it starts now. I'd be lying if I said I haven't run a marathon before. Like I mentioned previously, I have run one marathon. I made mistakes. Those mistakes I'm going to talk about in future videos. And I will try and rectify them this time. So I'm excited. 30 days, the Townsville Marathon, Sunday, August the 3rd. Cannot wait. I'll see you in episode number 1. Stay tuned.